Hey everybody, so you guys actually messaged me and saying where was Friday's video. I didn't feel like making a video with everything that's going on. So I thought about doing some quick candle, I guess, magic. And so I'm using like this, I guess, off yellow candle. And I haven't anointed it. I'm not going to, but I want to carve some things into this and light it for you during this reading. So I'm getting into fire scrying and messages coming through and basically enhancing the flame that's coming in. And I am personally like obsessed with dragons right now. Like I'm seeing them literally everywhere. They keep popping up. So we're going to call upon the dragons and see what they have to say, not to me, but to you guys, and basically go from there. So this is where I'm at right now. So I don't feel like I'm in some fiery energy, and I'm just to the point where I don't want to be egotistical about it and being like, I'm not here to validate your existence, but I'm kind of here to validate your existence. You know what I mean? It's kind of backhanded. And it's like, I want to be there for you, but I don't want to be reliant or you be reliant because, you know, intuition is huge. So I have this carving tool, well, engraving tool, and I'm going to use this, and we're going to talk about dragon spirit energy. So what we're going to do is we're going to carve our newness, our transformation, because some of you have been saying that you've been struggling with depression, which honestly, seasonal depression is almost gone. You know, winter is almost gone, literally like next week or a week and a half away. We're literally 2 weeks like away from like the end of winter into spring. So fingers crossed everything goes well. So we're going to carve in happiness, health, our information from our spirit, abundance of what kind. Well, abundance comes from various different sources. So we're gonna go ahead and carve it and light this bad boy up, okay? So now that we have our candles carved, I added a little bit more, and I just want to keep these shavings. So yeah, in hindsight, I literally should have done this like before. Okay, we are going to light this bad boy. So I am just going to start, because I did give off and ask Spirit to basically come through and put me in a collective that actually needs it, like a higher growth collective. So I just want to say thank you to my followers and my subscribers that watch every single time I upload. Like, thank you. That means so much to me. Want to bless this opening, and let's get into today's messages. Spirit, I invoke you. The dragon spirit, I invoke you. New beginnings, I invoke you. please come forward and speak to us, speak to this collective, whoever finds information in this. I beseech you, please come through with accurate and precise messages. No lying, no deceptive energy, and let's get into this. So I'm just going to set this. You see it? So here you go. I'm just going to set this just right here. Right here. I'm going to move it to the left. Okay. So first and foremost, shungite and satin spar selenite. Not only for cleansing, we're going to cleanse the space around you. We're going to purify it. Shungite is really good for purifying. And so I'm just going to hand this to you. And you can hold it, do whatever. Just imagine it's in your palm. And I'm going to take this wand, and I'm actually going to hover it above the camera, which is metaphorically your energy that's coming through. Now I'm going to do this, and I'm going to clear it out, because I'm hearing a lot of you are congested in your mind and your third eye right now. So, and some of you are having trouble with your solar plexus. So I'm going to basically clear out your lower chakras and activate your 11th, 12th, and 14th chakras. So I'm going to activate the soul star, the earth star, and one of your higher chakras. I think it's the galactic card. I don't know, or a galactic star. Anyways, I'm going to activate this. So Spirit, please allow me to cleanse these auras that need to be cleansed before these messages come through. It's okay. For a couple of you, I'm kind of like picking up resistance where like energy doesn't want to. It's like stuck to you. It's kind of like almost parasitic. It's been feeding. So some of you may be actually having like gastrointestinal problems. Some of you may be having heart problems, you know, maybe like heart palpitations or skin related issues. So I'm just going to clear most of that out and comb it through. Activating your upper. Bringing it down. And now we're going to activate your third eye and your crown to enhance all of that. And we're going to flood your lower chakras with this higher energy, where you will be functioning at a higher pace than what normal body energy feels like. I'm just going to take some of that energy. I'm going to burn it into the candle. Now we're going to work on your solar plexus. Because I put energy growth and healing on this is where I want to. Imagine your energy is this flame right here. Imagine this is your body. I'm pushing into you. I'm just going to bring this down and remove and magnetize any energy that does not need to be here. So just relax and enjoy this. Alright, so I'm just going to let this burn, and I actually have a couple messages for some of you. So this is some brutally honest messages from soul. Whether this be spirit guides, ancestors, soulmates, twin flames, whatever journey you are on in this current phase of your life, brutally honest messages, please. So you're stuck in a hard place right now. It says choices have to be made. They're not easy, but take your time making them. Choices aren't easy to make, so take your time and make them. I really do want to say with that card specifically, I really feel like some of you are at a fork in the road where you're trying to figure out who you are and who you are becoming. And a lot of times we realize that we've outgrown people, places, and, you know, environments. Well, environments are places. We outgrow the circumstances that prevent us from growing. And I got the image of a snapdragon. So if anybody, like, maybe that's your sign. So I got the image of a snapdragon. And with that image, I just kept thinking, it's time for you to grow and to be on with your way. And some of you are confused right now. It says, I don't know what I want or what I need right now. And that's fine, but you just know and you feel like there's something so much better out there for you, and right now you're just kind of like, well, I don't know what that better is because I'm having trouble figuring out what I need. But I do want to tell you, Spirit loves you. And if you're looking for a sign for a person, a being, a counterpart, a soulmate, a twin flame, or someone that you that passed and you miss them, or, you know, their time with you is no longer there. They love you. They do. They love you from afar. So we have a struggle. Life is up. Life is rough. Everything feels wrong. So just, if you allow that to keep allowing that in your life, you're bringing that negative in because you are magnetizing negative. You feel negatively. Everything feels wrong, right or wrong. You feel like you're stuck in the dark. You know, there's no light. There's no nothing. So for some of you, and this is a very few, whoever sees this, if you're looking at messages from, say, a person that is no longer in your life romantically, they check you out using dummy accounts. So just, we have tongue-in-cheek. So we have flirting, we have lip service, but in this case, lip service is more of a, I'll say what I want to say, but I actually never follow through. We have an ear open. It says, I'm telling you the truth, please believe me. And then we have side piece. So for some of you, you were involved with someone who had a third party situation, and they're like letting you know that you're the third party, and you can't expect, like, you cannot expect serious commitment from them because they're telling you, like, you know, your place to get put in it and get left behind. So some of you, like, I just want to tell you, Spirit is like really adamant about you getting out of this third party situation and knowing that you deserve better, just not with this person. Any last messages? Any last messages? So we have played out. The situation is emotionally, physically, and mentally and spiritually just draining. It's time to get the hell out. It's time to detox the situation and cut the cords. Mum's the word. Staying silent. Safer, you know, in silence than being honest with you. I don't want to destroy your heart. You're the one and only one I want. Well, if that's the case, they wouldn't have others. So we're switching off. This is someone who you don't know what they want or don't know what they need. So some of you may not be in contact with this person, or, you know, you contact them less than what you should. So for some of you, there is reconciliation, or they want to broach the bridge between the both of you, the gap. So it says olive branch, peace treaty. Make amends. I want to heal what we have so we can be together in the best way possible. Will you help me? And then we have this. It says, I want to see you one day when we're both ready. So that is for someone who is looking for reconciliation, healing, because, like, you know, healing and energetic work is not peaches and cream. It's not rainbows and gold. It's literally, it's all over the place. It's a little, I literally am seeing healing is like a kid who is coloring out of the lines, and it's like the whole box of crayons has just been dumped in there. Like, that is healing. It's not linear. It's all over the place. So we have intensity. I pushed you out because of the way I feel is too intense for me. I need to gain control of the situation. So for some of you, people have left you, or your partner has left you because the connection you both share on a spiritual level is very intense. It's not something they're used to. But this is also part of that narcissistic behavior because of the fact that they're so used to control and being in control. If they're not in control, it freaks them out and they have to run for the hills. So, see, I asked, is there any messages for someone who is not, for a person who is run, duck and cover, right? They're like, I'm in a hard place, duck and cover, I'm gonna run for the hills, right? So we have non-committal. I knew it. It says, I'm not ready to be with you, but I still want my freedom, but I don't want you to be with someone else. Like, this is part of that narcissistic attachment behavior, like disattachment, because it's like they want you on their terms and they get to dictate that control, but God forbid, like, they still want to go out and have their cake and eat it too. So we have a paper trail. It says, you're making it way too obvious. Secrets are coming back to the light. And then we have, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything good or bad that I did. I knew that, you know, you were the one and you knew what you were getting into. So please accept this apology. What was this? It says, and then for some of you, it could be within 5 years that you could be getting back with a partner or bringing someone into your life after healing. So people who are healing and waiting, if they don't know their counterpart or their partner, what messages can you give them, Spirit? So for you who don't know this person, they are already taken. And then unrequited, it's one-sided. So you knowing about them is one-sided, or this relationship is one-sided because it's happening in a higher level of spiritual commitment. So it's time for you to move on with your life and just leave these people alone. So for people who don't know their significant other, future significant soulmate, twin flame, whatever, what messages can you give these people in this collective that would like that message, please? So we have creation. You can literally create a life, yet you've been using the life force to deal with a whole dumbass that can't even see your presence as a whole gift. What is wrong? Valid point. Like, guys, I think your guides, like, came to me because I spent, like, a whole day creating this brutally honest deck, and, like, the messages were, like, all over the place, and, like, the deck was like this, you know, like, this is like this, and this deck was, like, that thick, and so, like, I'm still working on it, but, like, some of you, when I was... So, for one of you in particular, okay, so let me tell you backstory. I know you were like, read the cards, Michelle, you can tell us later, okay? So, for those, we have blind, don't act like you can't see me. We have stiff-handed. Ooh. It says, take a step back. I'm making my devoted time to myself to figure out my next actions. And then we have no. So, no, yeah, and then ooh, we have a span of months. And then, yeah, okay, I wanted to say this because there was 3 that popped out. And it says the first one, right? For some of you, right, your significant other, your soulmate, your twin flame, your divine counterpart, whomever they may be in the future, this is the higher self coming through. So it says, wine, you've aged well. I swear I'm more attracted to you than ever before. And then it says, you got me fucked up. It says, validate your own being and stop searching for outside stimulation. And then we have satin sheets. So it says, I want to make love to you, but I want to fuck you too. Ooh. So we have some viewer discretion is advised in order. Okay. So anyways, for one of you in particular, okay, so I swear to God, when I was creating this deck, I saw this woman, right? And she had, like, the empowerment of a boss bitch come through. Like, I literally was like, I stan you. If I knew you in person, like, I stan you. So, in this scenario, she is telling someone, an ex, a boyfriend, a lover, whomever it may be, that she goes, my wig installation, my wig hair, and, you know, the cut, the fit, whatever, like, my wig alone from start to finish, this whole process is more than your rent and what you're working with. So she's like, I'll be damned if you don't show me some respect and get the fuck out of my life. I literally was like, yes, babe, yes, I stand you. I stand that empowerment. Like, that was the best thing, and I was laughing so hard for like 5 minutes. I was like, I don't know who you are, but I want to know you. Like, I literally want to know you. I want to be your friend. So, like, if this replies, you know, and it resonates with you, like, get at me. I would like to know you as a friend. Like, I would like to have that type of woman empowerment in my life. Like, so any last messages for this deck? For anybody that it may reply, you know, and resonate with, does not have to be a significant other. And then we have a span of a few months. Like, anybody who resonates, messages, brutally honest messages, please. Brutally honest messages from the soul world. Brutally honest. So we have Celine Dion. So we have 2 songs specifically, and we have Ashes, and then My Heart Will Go On. So, yeah, so go check that out. Ashes and My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. the one and, oh, yeah, so we have, you know, one-sided, and then we have you're the only one I want and need. Any brutally honest from the spiritual realm. Brutally honest messages from the spiritual realm. Brutally honest. So we have in the next lifetime, and then we have secret hideout. It says, you are shielded from me and from the world. I can't thank you enough. There's somewhere I want to go with you, but you must neither tell another soul about it. So thank you. And I actually want... Oh. I actually wanted to get a message from Kali. But I also wanted to get a Love Oracle from this deck. So we have the Andromeda Skies Love Oracle card deck. And messages from those that need it. So this is your person's higher self coming through in like the highest sense. Not just 5D. But in the highest sense of reality. So we have, I feel like I've ruined everything. I feel you, so they can feel your energy, or they can feel like your emotional like ups and downs. And then we have, it was just a fling. So for some of you, like what started off as a fling that you wanted more from them, like it totally like 360'd and you wanted so much more from them, but they were like, they're treating you like an option is what I'm hearing. And that is your karmic. For some of you are meant to release your karmic situation with a counterpart, a soulmate, a twin flame. You're meant to release that in this lifetime, so it doesn't mean that you actually get together. It just means that you could release each other and get something better. Because I do want to tell you, like, we tend to validate people's experiences when it comes to relationships, because that relationships make us feel love and good, you know. It makes us feel light and happiness, but it also makes us feel the deep, dark stuff in our soul. And with that being said, we feel the pain, we feel the joy, we feel the high highs of love, and then we feel the low lows. So for those that, you know, are meant to release their counterpart or their soul connections in this life, what messages can you give them? What messages can you give them? So as I was pretending to be someone I'm not. And it says, I love you. And it says, I feel like I'm not good enough for you. Because they're not. I know I'm smiling because I've been through this. Like, I know exactly what you're going through, to be wanting something so bad and you don't get it. And it's just like, well, shit. And then you realize I meant to have something greater and bigger, better love in my life that resonates and heals me and encourages me to heal. Not just like, oh, I'm going to heal you. Like, they encourage you to heal yourself and give you the ample space and time to heal yourself. But yet they give you this space in their life where you get a good morning text, a good night text, you know, they wake up to you at the middle of the night and just be like, I miss this person, you know. It's not about the sexual intimacy, it's about the spiritual intimacy, if that makes any sense. It's like merging your soul and understanding creation in that connection, you know. You deserve that. That's going to push you to accomplish all of your wildest dreams and take you on the adventure of a lifetime. And then we have, I dive in and out of relationships. So I want to get, for those that are in a relationship with their counterpart, what other their spiritual connection that they need to be in, what messages can you give them from the highest and greatest self on the spiritual plane, from their person on the highest spiritual plane? We have a one-sided relationship. Interesting. For those that are on the highest, I am so sorry. For those who are dealing with their soul connection in this physical reality, whatever it may be, what is their message? I miss you. Okay. For those who are currently involved in a romantic situation with their counterpart, twin flame, soulmates, romantically or even platonically, let's just leave it at that, but they know and they have that, and they're in that process of that connection. So I can see myself long term with you. That's sweet. I was pretending to be someone I'm not. It says there's so much I want to tell you. I feel like I've ruined everything. And there's someone interfering in our relationship. You are the love of my life. Fights, arguments, and conflict. You can't avoid those. Those are part of the growth. These are like the obstacles you get. I abandon people to make myself feel better. Deception and secrets. So that could be where like hidden light, you know what I mean? Like secrets coming to light that we were talking about in the other deck. And then it says, I wish I could take it back. This is a fling and I feel you. So this is the messages I got from you. But I really feel like there was just a good heart-to-heart conversation needs to be had. This came out. I know this is like messages. I don't like I said, I haven't used this anyway. So this is the cemetery deck. I bought it on Etsy. Same thing with the Oracle, Love Oracle on Etsy, you know, from Andromeda Sky. This is from Natalie Wood. So anyways, okay. So anyways, yeah, so it's 12 cards in a deck, but they have 6 different meanings, right? So each of them range. So messages from spirit, what needs to be said? Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna ask a question and project it into this card, and I'm gonna ask spirit in any space-time continuum, because you know this is already predestined, preordained, that your answer will come through, if it may be. So spirit, if there's any messages that you can give a person who has asked a question in any space-time continuum that comes back into this plane of reality, into this existence, in this video, what message can you give them? What is their answer, please? Thank you. So your goals are achieved. You have to keep moving forward and with new goals and desires. You can accomplish anything that you set your mind and your energy and ferocity to. Messages from spirit. What is the answer? Chaos and destruction, you bring forth rebirth and a fresh start. Ooh, that's befitting considering that we asked for dragon spirit information. And dragons are all about destruction and creativity, but they're very wise beyond their years. And they only present themselves to individuals that are capable of resonating with that energy, that are able to embody that energy at the highest good for themselves in rebirth and bring it back into this anchoring it in. They're very wise. They speak in riddles. It drives me absolutely insane. Yeah, because I'm going through the trust to go through. I see it all the time. Like, what is it? Like I was telling my mom when we were in town, we went crystal shopping. And I just kept telling her, like, I've been seeing dragons in dreams and, you know, going through and connecting with them. And I see 4 of them. And we went to a crystal shop and I was like, hey, Mom. You know, I went into this crystal case. I was like, look, I've been seeing 4 dragons and there's 4 stones that are dragon heads. And it was funny. It was befitting. It was like, oh, you know, and it was funny because like our crystal shop usually, I don't know, like the lady that runs it, she's very intuitive with her customers. So she'll pick up stones at like rock shops or like crystal shows or gem shows. And she'll bring it in and not like being like, oh, maybe my client, I don't know which one it is, but my client is going to need this at X amount of date, whatever. And sure enough, she was telling me when I picked up a stone and that she's going to get in, and she was like, I felt like someone needed it. And she's like, I just got it in. And so, yeah, and I ended up, you know, putting a pre-order in for it. And she was like, well, now I know why. And it's a beautiful, it's like dragon onyx, I think. Yeah, I get it sometime this week. So I can't wait to show you. Oh yeah, speaking of showing, I know. So I have this. This is Libyan Tektite, Obsidian, Selenite. Obviously, you guys have seen this. And then we have Black Azestulite. You've seen this before, going through shadow work and energy healing. So yeah, but Libyan Tektite, or, you know, Sahara Desert. So this is out of Western Egypt and Libya. And then we have Vanadinite, And then I have Vesuvianite, and then tourmaline that are in this. So Vesuvianite is a stone from Mount Vesuvius after it erupted, and it left deposits of this, and this is actually really good for activating the higher. And I've been using this for my meditation and enhancing. But this Vandanite, I've wanted it for a long time, and it's going to heal up part of my sacral, a part of my sacral and solar plexus, because I've been struggling with a little bit of self-worth. I'm not going to lie. And refocus the flame, the dragon flame. So back to this. Okay, so then we have number 4 for this. So we have betrayal and exposure. Be honest, no matter what. Your grace will help you through this. So this goes back to secrets. So some of you are confided in someone, or you said something that wasn't true, or they said something and something did not happen. And I know this is a long video and I didn't want to make this long, but I'm just called to do this. I am called to do this for someone who needs this information. And I just keep getting drawn back to the fact that this card literally says in the next lifetime, and then we have secret hideout again, and we have a struggle. So some of you are struggling and you're in your secret world, but it's like no matter what you do, it's not good enough, and you want to retreat and re-strategize and replan. And I'm telling you, it's all fine and dandy, but don't hide there. Like, you got to come out in the world. Messages from Spirit. Actual messages from Spirit. Please and thank you. Messages from Spirit. Brutally honest messages. What do you got for me, Spirit? So we have the 6. So some of you are in a new adventure, a new plane of existence. Some of you are anchoring in 5D energy. But I'm also hearing that there is a transition in order for you to gain a step back, you have to lose sight of land. You have to be able to explore and conquer new beginnings and new areas of your life. But some of you are too afraid and too anchored to a spot in your life. And this is actually being called to be like, you need to open the gates and allow the flood to come through, because this land is super parched and it's not going to regrow anything. Literally, you're Carthage right now with souls. Like, nothing is going to grow there in generations. So why do you keep coming back to it, planting things and hoping that you're going to get something, and you're not? It's dead, it's desolate, and it's deserted. Like, there's no life there. So it's time to move on. Spirit is saying stop. Like, you need to move on. Whatever situation has got you fucked up, move on from it. Because staying anchored in that fucked up situation is only going to bring you more misery and depression and like the what ifs. And instead of saying what if, it's like, you know what, maybe if I just move on, something better is going to happen, because I resonate something better. I can't just keep crying over spilt milk. You know, it needs to be cleaned up. Things are not black and white. You don't get that pretty little bow of closure and, you know, saying, oh, I get this. You know, sometimes we have the greatest hope for ourselves and the highest present, and we get destroyed when you really wanted it so badly. It hurts. So we have 7. So some of you have planted seeds that you've hoped would grow, and you buried them in salt and they died. You know, there is no moisture, there is no nutrients. It just sucked it out and basically discarded itself and floated it to the wind. So you buried it in a false foundation, and there's nothing there. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you want the same results with someone, and like I said, I'm hearing somewhere, like you really wanted something or some relationship to work out and it didn't. So now it's like, pity poor me. Like, I should have got this. And I'm seeing someone like looking out the window of their ex, like with a new person, and you're sitting there like, that should have been me. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that was me. That was my position. That's always going to be, you're miserable, you're a Debbie Downer, and you're bringing everyone down. Like, clear your energy, cast it out, send it on to the universe, and bring in that new. You know, you need that. Plant the seeds elsewhere. See? I'm telling you, some of you have to lose sight of the things that harmed us because we don't see the growth in letting go. You need to let go. You're so stuck and tethered to the end that you're so guarded. You're not welcoming in your blessings. You're looking over here instead of looking over there. And Spirit is like, hey, I need you to, like, look here. Like, we're bringing something in. Like, I know you're going through a hard time, but, like, you can't look here. Like, your guides are like, I'm just gonna position you right here. All right? Like, that's what your guides are saying. So your guides are actually working behind the scenes, is what I want to tell you. Is they're working behind the scenes to, like, cut some shit out of your life. And, you know, that didn't serve the highest grading or, you know, for your soul purpose, for your soul growth. It was detrimental for you to be free instead of being caged to a situation that is going to leave you destitute. It's going to leave you broken, and it's going to leave you in ruins. So we have death, and this is a blessing in disguise, is what I'm hearing. That this death of this situation, whether this is a physical death of someone or an ending, a closed chapter, and a rebirth, it was a blessing. So we have the Chariot. So bigger and better things are coming to you because you will be resonating. You have a new energy ushering in, but I'm also saying that, and we have Judgment. We have Judgment. So I really feel like there is no going back because you're being led to something even greater. You're being led to, instead of something that is overgrown, like, I'm really hearing, like, the story of, like, the three kings, you know, how they were led to, you know, Jesus's birth by, you know, stars, like, following the stars and stuff. Like, you're being led, you're seeing the signs. Like, you will be seeing signs here pretty soon. So if you've been asking for specific signs, you need to switch it up. Like, every time you complete one sign and you actually see it and it manifests or whatever and you see it, then be like, okay, you know what, I saw this sign, so this is what I'm looking out for. So Spirit, if I'm on the right track, send me this sign, you know what I mean, and whatever. So switch it up so it's not like you can make yourself see it or you can make yourself want to resonate with it. In reality, it's like you're not. So with that being said, I really feel like your spirit guides are, like, pulling you this way, and sometimes you want to be stuck in this, but Spirit's like, we gotta go this way. Like, your growth is this way. So with Judgment, I really feel like it's an awakening with the Death card coming through, with the Death, Temperance, and Judgment, is you're opening up to a rebirth and you're becoming a new person. So people don't validate your existence, you validate your own existence. So if you expect people-pleasing behaviors, you're going to bend yourself over backwards and you're going to snap. And people aren't going to pick up the pieces. You're not going to be Humpty Dumpty, like, glued back together, you know? It doesn't work like that. So I told you, Temperance. So Temperance just tells me that there is a balance that needs to be coming back. So some of you who have mental conflict, you are literally just pouring that mental conflict back and forth, thinking, you know, oh, you know, and then it spills out everywhere and it creates, you know, a new mental conflict, and it creates conflict where you're stuck in a hard place in a rut, and you were like, well, shit, like, I had the power to change it, and I didn't. We have the 10 of Cups, guys. We have completing of cycles and wish fulfillment. So I do want to tell you, you know how I was telling you that with everything that you wanted with this person that you wanted, it's time for you to get clear on what you want in a connection coming to you or a goal that is coming to you, because it's like, now it's like, it's time for you to double down instead of saying, I want this with the one person. Like, for example, okay, we've all done this, me in particular, and I'm really guilty of this. Like, I told myself before I met my boyfriend, like, the ex that I was dating was a horrible communicator. Like, horrible. Like, I would talk to him, like, once a year. Not even joking. I would talk to him, like, once a year. And it was like that for years on end, right? And it's like, I always felt bad. I always felt like walking on eggshell. It was a merry-go-round. And when I would try to speak it would come out like hot and cold, you know? And so, like, I had to become a good communicator because I didn't have that. So, in particular, when I say this, you manifest, like, I was like, oh, I want a good communicator. I want someone who's going to express their love to me. They're going to want to be around me. They're going to want to do the things that I never really did. They want to give me the adventure of a lifetime and a love of a lifetime. And yet, they're going to open my eyes and, like, new doors, new opportunities for me that I didn't see. They're going to call me out on my bullshit, you know, and we're gonna fight. But at the end of the day, it's not like we're gonna break up and be insecure and whatnot. Like, my boyfriend is definitely, like, I call him my lighthouse, because, like, he brought in so much love and life into something that was so void and dead inside. And it just, like, it was new, you know, a new beginning, you know, and it taught me and built me up, and I became me with him, you know, and I still heal. It's not just like, oh, I need to heal, I need to get out of this relationship because this is all I know. I don't know how to heal in this relationship. It's always like, I encourage you to heal outside of me. I encourage you to have friends outside of me. I encourage you to do things outside and create your goals outside of me. And if I can help you, I'm going to. But I have my own life, you have your own life, and we'll work in the middle and basically have his and her goals, and we'll have couple goals, like what we want to achieve. So some of you are manifesting this old partner into new life. In reality, what you're doing is manifesting new life into a new connection, not with this person, but someone spirit has ordained that is going to take you to the highest high at this point of your soul pinnacle growth. And with this cups, you have emotional fulfillment. For some of you who have a family with this person, I'm also hearing that this year is a very fruitful year. So if you're planting seeds in some wombs, as a dude or as a female who are trying to get pregnant, you could be getting pregnant. So, you know, maybe it's time to think of preventive measures if you're not trying to get pregnant. So yes, okay. Yeah. So wish fulfillment. We have wish fulfillment. I'm not going to get into it because everyone's wish fulfillment is different. So, Kali, Mother Kali. Messages from Kali. Messages from Kali for the collective. Whoever resonates. Some of you have to purposely break cycles before it breaks you, but I'm also hearing there's a restoration of a temple. I don't know if you do restoration work, archaeological work, or historical work. Not necessarily, or parts of you are broken, you feel like you're broken inside. Some of you actually have cycles that you're breaking. But I'm also hearing in this essence right now, because there are things and pieces that you don't see, I really feel like there are instances where you try to get into situations blindly and not thinking, so you regret the decision later. And this is saying use better judgment and discernment of certain things, because you basically being impulsive and rushing into things is actually how it is. Because if you meet the right connection, it's going to be opposite, where you're going to be more conservative, where instead of being impulsive about certain things, like this person that you get into a connection with, I'm not saying romantically, but they will basically pursue you. You're the one that gets to hang back. So before it would be the opposite. So now you get to experience the table flip, is what I'm hearing. So it's time to dead cycles, is what I'm hearing in this. So we have mantra Shakti in this. What is this mantra Shakti? Her voice creates and dissolves the universe. Her vibration within the soul creates a new life path. For the sacred power of the voice shall you express it, to call for effective divine assistance in all ways. Do you not allow negative thought and speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Claim your voice and claim your power to create. Listen to the inner guidance and set your course in motion. As it may not have yet be visible in your physical world, a new order of generating within the soul. In time it shall manifest and transform physical circumstances. So it's saying your birthright is to basically, if you speak negative, you will get negative. If you speak positive, positive will come back tenfold. So you have a choice. Deal with the negative bullshit and keep manifesting, or you break the record and choose to do something else. So we have invoke. Be seated and stand comfortably. It says, allow your awareness to settle with the flow of your breath in and out. Move your jaw around in all directions to loosen the tension subconsciously held there. At the end, you may feel like you need to massage your head or face lightly. Rub across your neck and your throat and wiggle the top of your shoulders, bringing awareness and ease the tension. Wiggle your shoulders too. It can breathe in and out and more deeply too. Feel the sense of grounding and connection to the earth beneath you and your body. Press your feet onto the floor so you cannot physically do so anymore. Imagine that you're so energetically light, like a feather, you're just floating. Sense how your entire body is connected to the flow of breath. Are you ready for the following? Beloved Kali Ma Devi, I call upon your light, Karim. I call upon your true nature, Karim. May light bring peace into your true nature of freedom. May I be there for perfect balance between calming and liberating forces. I lay claim to the creative divine power within me. I choose to align myself with the divine feminine power that protects, nurtures, and liberates all for perfect wisdom. I trust in you. Now say your mantra and your spiritual benefit for all beings. Karim Karim Ja Kali Ma. Finish with your hands in the prayer method above your heart and ritual incantation and say thank you. You have the power to make or break. The choice is yours. You have the power to make or break. So we have Kama of Kali. So this is reclaiming who you are after everything that's been debilitating, after everything that is coming. This, I'm telling you, between these two cards, you have weird energy that needs to die off. So the fact that these cards are coming through, now it's time for you for a force of reckoning. I'm not saying in a bad way, but we are talking, it's time to reclaim yourself. It's time to reclaim that fierceness that you've always felt and had in your life. It's time to reclaim that. So now that you've paid your retribution, it's time for you to reap the benefits. It's time for you to understand that there is no reason to be guarded when you trust in the universe, because the universe is always going to guide you. It's always going to open yourself up to new opportunities and new ventures. And with that being said, with this fierceness, is you need to be unapologetically you, because no one can be you unless you be you. And for you that is not egotistical, some of you know that you are the shit and you can help other people, but people don't pay you mind, is because these are the people that are not meant to be in your life, where you feel like, I need to get my voice out there, but I'm too afraid to do it. Start one step at a time. You know, create something that it affects a lot of what we think about. We challenge the norm. It can just be a simple walk up to a stranger, or you're passing by and just say, hey, I like your outfit, I like your makeup, I like your haircut, I like, something, like, you look good. Pay a compliment to a complete stranger that is having a shitty day or having a good day. Read the room and just leave it at that. You will be surprised how much you put out there if it's positive, and how much you put out if it's negative, you will get back. I'm telling you. Do something by starting with a change, by something so simple as telling someone on the internet you believe in them. They're doing a good job. You got this. Something encouraging. And I'm telling you, it will snowball from there. So peace, love, and happiness. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.